Well, hey everybody, we're trying something new today, a YouTube Live, and I wanted to bring you an article that I feel is right now relevant, and we're going to put it up here behind me. Bring you an article that I feel is right now relevant, from the street. We're going to put it Cathie Wood. Bring you an article that I feel is right now relevant, from the street. We're going to Cathie Wood. Bring you and let's see the first paragraph. Following Donald Trump's recent election win, Cathie Wood's ARK funds experienced a big surge. Following Donald Trump's recent election win, makes the news anytime she makes a move. In the past week, ARK Invest flagship fund, the ARK Innovation ETF, is up 15.93% compared with the S&P 500's 4.66% gain. Now, it's in the past week. Now, remember here at Fully Funded Life, we talk about long-term investing. But what catches people's eyes is splashy, right now stuff, real fast stuff. But let's scroll down here, and I want to scroll down here where it says, nicknamed Mama Cathie by her followers, Wood gained widespread attention with an impressive 153% return in 2020, driven by her transparent, accessible discussions of strategy in the media. But look at the very next line. However, Wood's longer-term performance isn't so rosy. The flagship ARK Innovation ETF, with $5.8 billion under management, has returned 3.25% year-to-date, with an annualized 3-year return of minus 23.84% and a 5-year return of just 4.02%. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 has gained 27.17% this year, with an annualized 3-year return of 10.14% and a 5-year return annualized of 15.99%. Here's what I wanted to share with you. Famous people make the news. Splashy one-week performances make the news. But what do we teach here? Long-term perspective. I have a Joe rule, you should have your own rule, that I do not invest any money that I do not need, that I might need in the next 5 years. Why? Because things go up, things go down in short term, but long term they go up. But I wanted to share a stat with you. The S&P 500 Index Fund has had a compound annual growth rate of, get this, 11.41% since January 1, 1941. That's if you drew a straight line. Now, of course, it's not been a straight line. And that is simply as picking an S&P 500 index fund with no fees, almost no fees, 0.05%. That's 0.0005. And you have them available in your 401k. You have them available in your TSP, your Simple IRA, 457, all those funds have access to an S&P 500 index fund. And it will outperform virtually every time those who try to time the market, those active investors. So listen, when you read the headlines, when you see all these amazing things and these names making news, over time, it is very difficult, if not impossible, for people to time the market properly. Here's the amazing stat. If you did not keep your money invested all the time in an index fund and you pulled out money when you were fearful of the election, and a lot of people did, or you're fearful of something that's happening, you have to make two good decisions. You have to pull it out on the right day and get it back in on the right day. And if in the last 30 years, if you missed the 10 biggest days, we just had a big day a week or so ago. If you missed the 10 biggest days, it would cut your returns in half. Isn't that amazing? And so what is the point that I wanted to share with each of you? Is, hey, yes, read the headlines. Yes, read the news. Yes, be aware. But the boring old strategy of a diversified investment in a basic index fund that bets on the U.S. economy, well, that's proven for nearly 2.5 centuries to be the best investment strategy of all over time. Day trading rarely works, and paying someone an enormous amount of money and high fees to choose those investments for you rarely, if ever, works. So hey, make sure that you've got the good old boring diversified investment approach. Keep putting money in there. If you get a raise, increase your contributions. You will be so glad that you did in the future. Have a great day, everyone, and live a fully funded life.